What's up, everyone? We're going to talk about overcheating today, cheat setups in general. And let's start with the trick that probably started all the problems in terminology, the cheat 720. Now, the reason why it's called a cheat 720 and not a 360 hook is because this wind up, step in 180, cheat 180, in air 360 hook. So altogether, it's cheat 720. But we're going to ignore that old style of terminology, and we're just going to focus on how many degrees of rotation happens in air at the moment of takeoff to the kick. That's the most important thing when we're going to name these tricks. Let's start back at the very beginning. Here's cheat 180 round, also known as tornado kick. So now notice, this is a perfect tornado kick. So watch when Ingun does this, because we're not looking at the transition. We don't care that he's carried through using a K-step. What we care about is how far his knee goes up before he leaves the ground. Now here's cheat 720 or 360 hook. A cheat setup is super important to have that knee placed, because wherever you place that knee on the set is going to be where that hook can come across at. So if you really think about it, depending on where your target is, cheating or over cheating or under cheating and all that is all relative to the size of your target. So here's cheat 9. Again, in air, 540 degrees of rotation, the knee lift. The round kick replaces where the knee lift was, cheat 9. Now even with the K-step, this cheat 9 comes out perfectly. Even with, you might call it over cheating, but the round kick replaces exactly where the left knee was on takeoff. And again, even on the cheat 1080, which isn't really the focus of this, but you can see wherever that left leg was on takeoff is where it gets thrown for the hook kick. Now if the trigger is coming straight at you, sometimes this can make a little illusion of where the knee and the replacement is. But generally when this happens, all you really need to do is just look. Was that a really good kick? Did he look controlled coming out of it? Yeah, that was a cheat 9. But every now and then you'll see a cheat 9 that doesn't quite look like a cheat 9. And that's because it's not a cheat 9, it's a cheat 360 round. Okay, so watch the knee placement and watch what the kick comes out. So that's where the knee placement is on takeoff. Now the right leg is going to be on the same side when it kicks. So that was only 360 degrees. So if you watch this again, he actually will kick and then bring his foot down to where Mega would be. Normally in a cheat 9, you'd kick at Mega and bring it in to complete. So again, the knee comes up, but the kick doesn't replace where the knee was. It does 180 degrees beforehand. Some people refer to this trick as a wrap 360 round, but since wrap is a transition and there actually is a trick, wrap 360 round like that, and you don't ever want to have two tricks have the same name, because that's just super duper confusing. So in this clip it's referred to as wrap 360 round, but if we actually study this clip and watch the knee on takeoff and where the kick is, so the knee's on the right side of the screen and the kick comes out and replaces where the knee was, so that actually is the 540 degrees of rotation in air. What you're looking for in cheat kicks that are over cheated is an entirely different stance on takeoff. So here's some egregious over cheats. And what's happening here is he's starting the cheat from semi and then swinging to fake semi before actually leaving the ground. Whereas a normal one, if we watch this clip, you start back and swing up to semi before taking off. So the difference is about a 180 degree difference. So again, if we watch this, and if you watch his right foot, you can see, look at this, how far to semi he gets before he even starts to swing his outside leg. And then it swings back up to fake semi, and then he leaves the ground, making his cheat 12 what a cheat 9 actually is, with just 540 degrees of rotation. So if you watch his left knee, when he takes off, it's almost in the same position it would be in for an under-cheated cheat 9. So it's really just a really big cheat 9 instead of a cheat 12. So these next clips are from Felix Lorenzi, and he doesn't have an Instagram, so you gotta check him out on YouTube. But this clip especially, notice that his kick for the cheat 12 comes out on the completely different side opposite to where his knee was on takeoff. That's how you know it wasn't a cheat 12. So this trick right here, we see it a lot. Uh, it's supposed to be cheat 9 hyper, but the way it's done is actually just like a big 540. So sometimes you'll see cheat 9 snapu, but it's actually just big 540 twist. And the way he does it just like Cody Sanders, you can see in that wrap 9, it's actually just wrap 180 round. And just a big step over. He's not vanishing, he's doing the big skip and K swinging. Now the transition after this round is a big skip with a big twist in the middle, which cuts off a rotation, but it's still a really cool way to transition and do a cheat 12, cheat 12. So in this, I believe he's supposed to be doing a 1440, but if you watch it, it's little more than a cheat 1080, and it's an under-rotated cheat 1080. You have to remember that where you set that kicking leg is going to be where it comes out when you finish twisting. So if you watch Felix's clip, he's set all the way back there, but his target's on the right side of him. So of course the kick isn't going to come out clean. If you watch Ingun, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Watch his left leg on the set, watch that knee. Wherever it's placed right there, he's created the barrel, that's where it's going to come out at. Right there. So if he didn't set with his knee that high, it would make his kick suffer. It's so much harder to get to a position and then warp your body into a new shape. It's much easier if you already have the shape set. Here we have a big 540. And then in this style that him and Cody use, it's almost like a front swing raise like style. Like he demonstrated it right there using a very similar style to his front swing raise as he does for his cheat kicks. Which there's the wrap 12, which also shows you the positioning. So here's the cheat 12 times 4. But if you really count it, it's essentially just cheat 9 times 4. So watch the knee when it takes off. It's almost on the left side of the screen behind him. They start to progressively get there. That's where the kick comes out. So that's 540 each time. So this is essentially a really decorative cheat 9, cheat 9, cheat 9, cheat 9. Now, when people do cheat 12 or anything beyond cheat 9, it really helps to have your legs straight as soon as possible so that your legs can be straight for the twist, because anytime you're fully straight, you twist faster. So if you watch people do cheat 12 compared to their cheat 9, you'll notice that on their cheat 9, their knee is really bent, and this allows it to like hit this axis. But when you twist twice, you don't want that knee to bend nearly as much, so that you can do a little dreidel twist. So again, you can notice that his barrel stays straighter. But if you're gonna do attack, especially attack, you want to pull the knee up. So if you do keep your knee crunched in, you can still do it. It has a really ninja look to it. So there's Ricky Fang. Andrew Court also does it similar. And I wanted to end with this clip to show you how stupid cheat 12 really is. That's all it is, guys. That's all it ever was. Most people fall on cheat 12 because they get in their own way.
Dude, you wrecked it.
Look at this old ass Tommy Case. It's Sean Cossack. Alright, yeah, so that's over cheating. You gotta really, 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 really over cheat it. And then even if you twist twice and kick, it's almost still cool anyways.